Just had to clean out my sinuses. It is after 11 p.m. I'm getting ready, as we say in the South. I'm fixing to go to bed here shortly. But I want to join you guys for a Daily Wisdom for Men from the 2017 devotional book. And then I'll be heading to bed. It is still Thanksgiving Day. In the West Coast, they still got 3 hours to go. And then their Thanksgiving will be over. We played games today. We had a small group of people, but it was good. Sister Ari and her daughters came. They had fun. We all had fun. Good fellowship. Enjoying God's people. That's what it's all about. And thanking God for his many blessings, which we should never forget. Don't ever forget what God has done for you. I don't care how human we are. I know we forget, but we should make up our minds rather to say that we won't forget the goodness of God and what he's done for us. Psalm 78 is quite long, and no, we're not reading it all. That would take forever. As a matter of fact, it is, it's 72 verses. I ain't reading 72 verses tonight. I'm ready for bed. But anyway, we are on January the 15th. Don't Lose Your Nerve is the title of this one here this evening. I got to be up early in the morning. We're going to be working. Tomorrow's Black Friday. Never worked on a Black Friday before, so we'll see how this goes. But in the name of Jesus, we'll have a wonderful day. Maybe God will bless us financially. I want to say thank you to basically it was two people, but they're married, so it came from the same place. I want to say thank you very much to the couple that sent the finances to help us buy our security system that has now been purchased. I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but I feel like I should share this anyway. I put the video out there so people could pray, and people prayed, and we got what we needed. But I was really hoping that some other people would have been led, and I'm not saying they weren't, it could have been they just weren't obedient. But I was hoping that God would speak to a few people, even just to send a little bit to help out, and it never happened. So either God didn't speak to anybody except for the people that sent, or people just ignored God. And here's the thing about that, and I'm not trying to guilt trip people, because you can't guilt trip people, you can't manipulate people's emotions, or at least you're not supposed to make them feel guilty to do something, unless of course it's a conviction from the Lord, and then they feel, well, you know what, that's God, I should have obeyed it. Okay, so I'm not here to guilt trip, but I am here to convict if this speaks to you. If you are one person that watches my videos, and if you saw that post, if you prayed, I thank you for that. But if the Lord told you to help out a little bit with this genuine need, and you didn't obey him, you just missed out on a blessing. Because I know God's going to bless the two people that helped get our new security system. It's coming. Just got ordered tonight, actually. So we're looking forward to getting it set up, so we can live a little bit safer around here, because we have a lot of enemies, and they're showing up on the doorstep, so to speak. So, I don't know. My flesh is disappointed, because I thought maybe after all these years of service, people who follow me and support me in different ways, not just financially, but I thought maybe somebody would have stepped up to the plate and helped out, even if it was just like $5. If someone would have said, hey, you know what, it's a hard time, it's holidays, here's $5, I would have been so thrilled about that. And I would have said, God bless them abundantly for that. But people just didn't step up to do it. So I'm kind of disappointed in that, to be honest with you. But anyway, that's not going to make me lose any sleep. January 15th, once again, don't lose your nerve. Psalm 78 verse 9 says, the children of Ephraim, being armed and carrying bows, turn back in the day of battle. I'm going to read the first 10 verses in Psalm 78, and then I'll cover the foundation for this thing here. It says in Psalm 78, a contemplative maskil of Asaph. Verse 1, give ear, O my people, to my teaching. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter insightful sayings of old, which we have heard and known, what our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from their children, but will tell the coming generation the praises of the Lord and his strength and the wonderful works that he has done. For he established a rule in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children, that the generation to come might know them, even the children who are not yet born, who will arise and declare them to their children, that they might set their hope in God and not forget the works of God, but keep his commandments. And they might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that did not set their hearts steadfast, and whose spirit was not faithful to God. The people of Ephraim, being armed with bows, turned back in the day of battle. They did not keep the covenant of God and refused to walk in his law. Let me read verse 11. And they forgot his works and the wonders that he had shown them. And I've said it here recently, we should not forget what God has done for us. It's important that we make up our minds to remember the tremendous blessings that God has given to us. Don't lose your nerve. Here's the book here, and this is what the author says. The writer of Psalm 78 describes a situation where the men of Israel had been called to battle. So they assembled their armies and marched forth, armed with swords and shields and carrying bows and quivers full of arrows. But when the tribe of Ephraim saw the enemy, they turned back and headed home. Why was that? Although they had trained for war and were well armed, they lost their nerve. They were cowards. And the Bible has nothing good to say about cowards. They didn't believe that God was with them. This applies to challenges in modern life as well. You could be fully trained in your profession and have all the tools you need. But if a situation seems overwhelming, you may throw up your hands in defeat before you even start. It might be that you got out of the wrong side of the bed that morning. But more often, it's because of an attitude you've entertained for years. One time when Moses doubted that he could do what God had commanded him, the Lord asked, "What is that in your hand?" Moses answered, "A rod." Exodus 4, verse 2 in the New King James. It didn't seem like much, but God proceeded to do astounding miracles when Moses held it up. Even so, when large bills are looming and you have limited cash, you may simply need to get your eyes on your potential for earning the extra funds. Never underestimate your ability to do what God asks you to do. When he is with you, you can do amazing things. And how do I know that's true? Because I have personally witnessed God do amazing things. And why would he do that? Because he's simply an amazing God. That is the God we serve. Nothing is too great. Nothing is too big for him. Remember that. God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in here with me. Please do share the videos around. And if you're not subscribed to my devotional YouTube channel yet, please do that. And I'll see you in the next Daily Wisdom for Men devotional from 2017.